Hey, you guys, it's Miss Machado on week 3 of summer school. We have this week and then 4 more days to go. Our habitat that we're studying this week is the desert. And oh my gosh, it's been so hot lately. And also in deserts, I'm sure you know that it's also very hot in the desert. But I love it at night when I can open my windows and the breeze comes in and it cools down. We don't really live in a desert, but that's also something similar that happens in a desert. It gets a lot cooler at night. So I'm going to present you a slideshow about the desert from a book that I got, and I'll mention that at the beginning of the slideshow. I'll also go over the spelling words, and I hope you guys all had a great Father's Day this weekend. Can't wait to get started with this next week, you guys, and you've been such an awesome group of kids, and I'm so excited that I've been able to work with you. So here we go. We'll start with this week's spelling words. The spelling words for this week are desert, cactus, snake, and sand. Desert is spelled D-E-S-E-R-T. Cactus is spelled C-A-C-T-U-S. Snake is spelled S-N-A-K-E. Sand is spelled S-A-N-D. So we're going to be learning from a book called Life in the Desert that was written by Melvin Berger. I only took excerpts of this book. Excerpts are little portions of the book, but there is a lot more information in this book that if you can find it in a library or online, you can read it too. And maybe even when we come back to school, I can have it in class and we can read it. Life in the desert. Deserts are found on every continent except Europe and cover about 20% of the Earth's land surface. Deserts are dry and harsh, most receiving less than 10 inches of rain a year. Yet many animals live there. One desert with many different kinds of plant and animal life is a Sonoran Desert. It stretches from north from Mexico to Arizona and southeast California. So if we look at this map over here, all this area with the diagonal lines, this is part of the Sonoran Desert. I'm kind of stumbling over that word because I'm not 100% sure I'm saying it correctly, but I hope that I am. It's going to go all the way from this part in Mexico all the way up to over here in Arizona and then southeastern California. In this map, you can see that above the Sonoran Desert, there's the Mojave Desert, and that is in California, partially in California as well. The Sonoran Desert is unusual because it has 5 seasons. The rainy seasons are late summer and winter. The dry seasons are spring, early summer, and fall. Since the desert is dry much of the year, most desert animals and plants have to get by with very little water. Temperatures may soar to 120 degrees Fahrenheit in early summer. During the rainy season, the rain may be so heavy that a dry stream bed called the Aroa can fill up with water in less than an hour. So we talk about, this is, I believe is a picture of the Aurora, but when it's dry. And it can fill up down here within an hour. So it's pretty amazing. Looks like there's a lot more greenery when it's filled. The Sonoran Desert plants come in many shapes and sizes and than in any other desert in North America. But how do they survive in such a hot, dry place? Some, like cactuses, store water. Because much water is lost from plant leaves, many desert plants drop their leaves to save moisture. Like other cactuses, the organ pipe stores water in its waxy accordion-like trunks and branches, which expand to hold water. So this is a branch of the accordion cactus, and it expands as it holds water. Like desert plants, the animals have made amazing adaptations. Over millions of years, animals have adapted their bodies and altered their habits to beat the heat or to find food, shelter, and protection from predators. Some go into long periods of dormancy or resting states. Others are active only at night when it is cooler. Many have found ways to live with less food and water. Blood vessels in the antelope jackrabbit's large ears give off heat from its body to help keep it cool. I put a picture over here of an antelope jackrabbit. You see, they're very large rabbits and they have very large ears. And these blood vessels in these ears help keep them cool in such a hot desert. Called the skyscraper of the desert, the Sorogo cactus shows how important desert plants and animals are to each other. Birds, bats, and insects visit, feed from, or nest on the Sogoro. But they also help the plant since they carry pollen from flower to flower, helping the cactus produce fruit and seeds. Honeybees find the Sogoro skeleton a good place to build a hive. So this is a picture of that kind of cactus, and as you see, compared to this man right here, it's very tall. And I put some pictures over here of some like birds. This bird will make a hole in the cactus and make a nest in there in the desert, because the desert doesn't have trees, normal trees, like in our community. And also you can see in this picture right here, there's a bird, an owl living inside the cactus tree, the cactus, excuse me. There's also, and as I mentioned, when these cactuses die, honeybees will make their homes in them and build hives inside of them. It's really interesting. People, too, have found home in the desert, but as their communities expand, the desert habitat, also home to the Harris hawk and so many other animals and plants, will grow smaller. People need to be more aware of the effects of their activities on the desert habitat so that it can be preserved for all species. In this way, people, animals, and plants can continue to share their desert home. So this is a picture over here of the Harris hawk that lives in the desert. And this is a picture of a man trying to take care of the desert and keep it clean, because he lives there and so do animals, and he wants to respect the place. So so I hope you liked our story on the desert. It's very interesting. The desert is much more complex than just sand and cactus. There's animals who live there. There's different kinds of plants, and they have really a unique community. And we should really try to learn as much as we can, because as you see, the desert, there are parts of the desert that are in California, which is the state in which we live. I hope you guys have a great week. I can't wait to see you during our live Google Meets. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Have a great day. Bye.